3 is the magic number. Yes, it is. After the Big 3 Beats video a couple weeks back, I kind of had the whole idea of the number 3 stuck in my head. Not just about that set of 3 tabletop instruments, but also in terms of how the number 3 operates musically. Historically, there are many places where it comes up in classical music, for example. The core harmonic concept of the triad, the 3/4 time signature of waltzes and minuets. I even remember hearing that Christian liturgical music was usually written in 3/4 time because the 3 is associated with the Trinity, as well as being thought to be mathematically perfect as the smallest prime number. Of course, today the vast majority of music we hear is based around multiples of 4. Blues and its descendants, which include jazz, rock, R&B, pop, techno, disco, house, and so on. With electronic styles, there are technical reasons too, as the majority of sequencers and pad grids are oriented around the number 4 and its multiples. 16-step sequences, 16 pads, 4 times 4, 4 on the floor, all over the floor. The number 3 still pops up, now often used as a contrasting element against the expected 4s to add tension and movement. Swing pulls evenly spaced notes apart in time to make them almost fit into triplet timing. Adding triplets and other tuplets into a 4-based rhythm was a key element in dubstep and related genres. We can see this in older music too. For example, in the first movement of the Waldstein Sonata, Beethoven switches suddenly from triplets to 16th notes to propel the music forward with a roller coaster-like momentum. But anyway, of our sequencers, the Make Noise sequencers, Zero Control is 8 stages, Rene is 16 locations, and so we may well tend to default to these step lengths, these lengths of pattern, but we're by no means limited to them. So let's build some rhythm around 3s. So we'll start with a tempi channel, which is set to times 3, and clock the X channel of Rene with it. X sequences Spectrophone side B, and we have the odd output patched in noise mode to the QPAS. Left low pass output to the DXG. I decided to run this voice in mono instead of stereo because in auditioning the patch I felt this gave it more impact. I didn't feel I really needed the added sonic depth of a stereo image from the noise algorithm or from the stereo filtering of the QPAS. And as well, the mono summed outputs of the QPAS tend to overdrive a little bit, and I just like the sound of that, but of course your mileage may vary. Let's strike the DXG with some X gates. And let's try out some rhythms and timing with the X channel. Instead of all 16 steps, let's try 12. I like 9, perhaps even better. It's 3 times 3. My ear expects a 16-step sequence from having patched them up so much. 9 steps has no 4 involved at all, unless your ear starts to hear it as 8 steps plus an extra. That'll depend some on how we program the gate sequence, but also on how it's the same or different from other voices. So to hear that, we'll take stereo outs from the other side of Spectrophone. This one in chaos mode. Send them to the other DXG channel. And let's clock Y with a divide by 1. Again, we'll strike DXG with the Y gates, and we'll set it to a different multiples of 3 as well. Modulate the timbre a little bit. We'll patch a divide by 3 clock to modulate partials on that Spectrophone side with the noise algorithm, adding more high pitch to the noise output in a rhythmic kind of fashion. I'd like to add a little space to this sound. Let's patch the Mimeophone in series with the channel 2 outs of the DXG, keeping the mix fully wet. The repeats and zone both turned all the way down, so we won't hear any specifically detailed repeat. Instead, we'll just hear the halo. No clearly defined echoes to interfere with the rhythm. Now, the Cartesian channel is doing things too, so let's use its gate output to generate a kick drum with the maths. Which we'll send to the first channel of X-Pan. Changing up access on the C page. Again, lots of patterns to be created. Often they'll not repeat exactly because the path depends on which directions are accessible at any given time. Kind of an inversion of the usual relationship between kick and the other elements. The kick is typically the least varied thing you'll hear, but here it's varying the most. could shake up the rhythm a little bit more. Let's clock Wogglebug with a divide by 3, and we'll use the Woggle CV to modulate location on the X channel. This is going to affect both the X and C channels since the Cartesian is derived from the X-axis as well. What's funny is I kind of quickly lost the feel of 3 here, but I'm definitely not feeling that more typical 4 on the floor vibe either. We have something built up from elements that aren't quite as neatly fit into each other as multiples of 4 would be. Two, 3, 4, and their multiples are used a lot in music. What are your favorites and what others do you like to explore? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching and happy patching.